There is a profound truth hidden within each of us. What we seek with all our heart already exists in the limitless space of our imagination. Yet how often do we find ourselves chasing after it, running tirelessly, like one who believes the treasure lies somewhere out there? But the truth is this: you need not chase anything. Let it come to you. The power of inner knowing is a profound force, a quiet assurance that lies deep within. It's the certainty that what you desire already exists, not as something distant or separate, but as a reality that's simply waiting to unfold in your life. When we connect to this inner knowing, we move beyond the idea that we need to seek, struggle, or chase after our desires. Instead, we recognize that everything we truly long for exists within us, ready to emerge when we align our thoughts and feelings with it. To experience this inner knowing, you must cultivate a sense of calm and certainty that your desire is not outside of you. It's already here within your consciousness, ready to take form. This knowing isn't wishful thinking or forced positivity. It's a quiet confidence, a feeling of inevitability, where there is no doubt, no questioning. It is the gentle yet powerful recognition that your reality is shaped by your internal beliefs and feelings. By trusting this inner sense, you stop looking outward for signs of validation and begin to feel the truth within. When we rely on our inner knowing, we detach from external appearances and stop seeking reassurance from the world around us. We understand that circumstances and events are reflections of our own inner state. The more deeply we connect to this awareness, the more naturally we allow our desires to take form. Our role is not to figure out how or when it will happen, but to nurture that quiet sense of certainty that it will happen, simply because we feel it deeply within ourselves. This shift creates a harmony between our inner and outer worlds, where the need to chase falls away. When we act from a place of knowing, we are no longer moved by fear or urgency. We are grounded in the calm assurance that our desires are already a part of us. By resting in this certainty, we create a powerful foundation for manifestation, allowing our desires to flow into our lives without resistance, struggle, or effort. The art of assumption is a practice of embodying the feeling that your desires are already a reality. It's the deliberate choice to adopt a mindset and emotional state that aligns with what you seek, as if it's already part of your life. When you assume the reality of your desires, you begin to think, feel, and act as though your wish has been fulfilled. This is not just about pretending or daydreaming, it's about stepping fully into the experience of having what you desire, even before it appears in the physical world. To practice assumption is to create a mental and emotional environment where your desire already exists. By feeling the emotions associated with the fulfillment of your desire, you start to align your inner world with that reality. When you assume something as true, your mind and emotions no longer question it. Instead, they begin to reshape your perception and behavior in ways that support that assumption. You start seeing possibilities and opportunities that align with your belief, which then reinforces that feeling of having what you desire. Assumption changes your perspective. It shifts you from a state of longing and lack to one of fulfillment and abundance. Rather than focusing on what's missing, you are placing your energy on the joy, peace, or excitement that comes from having already received. This internal shift not only feels empowering but also has a magnetic effect. When you genuinely feel as though your desire has already manifested, you emit an energy that attracts corresponding experiences into your life. People, circumstances, and events start to align in ways that mirror your inner state, drawing what you desire closer. This art of assumption requires faith and consistency. It's easy to fall back into the habit of doubt or questioning when physical evidence hasn't yet caught up with your inner state. But each time you reaffirm your assumption, you strengthen the alignment between your inner reality and outer circumstances. You're not merely hoping or waiting, you're actively living from a place of completion, as though the journey is already fulfilled. This is what makes assumption such a powerful creative force. It shapes not only your perception but also the unfolding of your reality in a natural, effortless way. Through the art of assumption, you transform your mind into a fertile ground for your desires to grow and flourish. By embracing the feeling of fulfillment within, you create the space for your dreams to take root and blossom outwardly, effortlessly bridging the gap between imagination and reality. Detaching from the outcome is a vital part of allowing your desires to manifest effortlessly. It means releasing the need to control or constantly monitor when, how, or in what way your desire will come to pass. Instead, you trust that it is already on its way to you and focus on the present moment, living in the feeling of fulfillment, rather than clinging to a specific result. When you detach, you create space for the natural flow of events, allowing the journey to unfold without interference or resistance. This detachment is not about giving up on your desire, rather, it's about letting go of the anxiety or urgency attached to it. Often, when we desire something intensely, we can become fixated on signs or outcomes, hoping for validation that it's working or coming. But this focus on results can create tension, causing us to inadvertently push our desire further away. When we release our grip on how things should appear, we free ourselves from the pressure of expectations, creating an atmosphere of openness and trust. Detachment allows you to fully experience the present moment without feeling weighed down by what is yet to come. By letting go of control, you empower the natural rhythm of life to bring about your desire in the best possible way, often in ways that surpass what you had initially imagined. In detaching, you show a profound faith in your own inner state and in the process itself. You move from a mindset of scarcity, of wanting or needing something to feel complete, to a state of fulfillment and peace, knowing that what you desire is already making its way to you. When you detach from the outcome, you become resilient and free. You are no longer swayed by the ups and downs of waiting. Instead, you cultivate an inner calm and confidence that allow you to respond to life rather than react to it. Detachment is a quiet assurance that your desires are taking shape in unseen ways. It teaches you to trust the journey, recognizing that the how and when are not your responsibilities. You have already planted the seed of intention, and detachment is like the fertile ground that allows it to grow without interference. Through detachment, you create a steady foundation from which your desires can emerge naturally, without force or strain. Belief in imagination is the cornerstone of manifesting desires, a powerful practice of trusting that what you envision within is not just fantasy but a real, potent seed of possibility. Imagination is often dismissed as daydreaming, something intangible and separate from real life. But to understand the true power of imagination, we must see it as a tool of creation. Every reality we experience begins first as a thought, a mental image, or an imagined experience. By holding a strong belief in what we imagine, we give that vision a life force, a magnetic pull that draws it from thought into form. When you believe in the images and scenarios you create in your mind, you open a gateway between imagination and physical reality. By vividly experiencing what you wish to manifest within your mind, you begin to train your subconscious to accept this new reality as already true. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is imagined and what is experienced in the physical world. It only registers the feelings, the emotions, and the energy associated with these experiences. This belief in imagination enables you to shape your inner world so completely that it must, in time, reflect in your outer world. Believing in imagination means trusting the scenes you create, fully immersing yourself in them without doubt or questioning. When you imagine something with conviction, as though it were already happening, you communicate this reality to your mind and body. This belief changes your responses, behaviors, and perceptions, aligning you with the experiences that match your vision. The mind begins to perceive opportunities and resources that align with the internal image, guiding you often unconsciously toward the situations that bring it to life. In essence, belief in imagination reshapes your entire being to reflect the reality you desire. This belief requires a letting go of rational doubt and logic, for the mind may often try to convince you that what you imagine isn't real or possible. But in the realm of imagination, limitations do not exist. Anything can be envisioned, felt, and believed. Trusting in this power means suspending disbelief and allowing your mind to dwell freely in the scenes of your choosing. Each time you return to these imagined experiences with belief and emotional involvement, you build momentum, solidifying that reality within your subconscious and drawing it ever closer to physical manifestation. When you give full belief to your imagination, you align your entire self, mind, body, and spirit with the life you wish to create. It's an act of courage and faith, a deep inner knowing that what exists within you is just as real and as powerful as the external world. Through this belief, imagination becomes a tool not merely for escape, but for profound transformation, allowing you to shape your life according to the visions that come alive within you. Living in the end is the practice of fully embodying the feeling of having already achieved what you desire. It's a state of mind and heart where you mentally place yourself at the finish line, as though your goal is already complete. This means cultivating the emotions, thoughts, and even actions that match the reality of your fulfilled desire. Instead of waiting for external circumstances to confirm your dream, you take on the mindset that it's already a part of your life. By living in the end, you train your mind and body to align with this fulfilled state, bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. When you live in the end, you become the person who already has what they desire. For example, if you seek a sense of peace, wealth, or love, you practice feeling those emotions right now rather than projecting them into some uncertain future. By embracing these feelings in the present, you create a vibrational match with your desired reality, naturally attracting people, opportunities, and experiences that reflect your inner state. Your thoughts, words, and actions begin to flow from a place of fulfillment rather than lack, shifting you from a mindset of needing something to one of possessing it. This approach helps dissolve doubts and fears because you're no longer waiting for external proof. Instead, you experience the joy and gratitude of having received your desire already, no matter what your current circumstances may look like. Living in the end involves a deep trust in the unseen, a willingness to accept that your inner experience shapes your outer reality. It is an act of faith, a practice of continuously returning to that feeling of completion and satisfaction, allowing it to guide your thoughts and actions. Living in the end also means releasing the need for control. When you are mentally and emotionally living as though your goal is complete, you are not preoccupied with how it will come about or the specific steps that must occur. You leave space for the natural flow of events, trusting that the journey will unfold in its own time and way. Instead of forcing or strategizing, you remain anchored in the experience of already having what you want. This removes the anxiety or pressure around achieving your desire, freeing you to enjoy the present with a sense of fulfillment. This practice creates a subtle, yet powerful, shift in your entire being. By embodying the reality you wish for, you make choices and take actions that resonate with your desired state. It becomes a feedback loop. Your inner feeling of completion attracts matching outer experiences, and these experiences, in turn, reinforce the inner state. Living in the end allows you to transform from someone who is reaching and striving to someone who is at peace and in possession of their dreams, magnetizing the circumstances that align with that sense of accomplishment. Ultimately, living in the end is a declaration to yourself and the universe that you trust in the reality of your desires. You choose to feel, see, and act as though you're already living in that reality, creating a powerful magnetic force that draws your vision into tangible form. The illusion of waiting is a subtle yet powerful misconception that often stands in the way of manifesting our desires. Waiting implies that our goals or dreams are somewhere distant, separate from us, out of reach, and in some future moment that we must strive to arrive at. When we feel that we are waiting for something to happen, We put ourselves in a state of lack, a place where we believe that we do not yet have what we want. This mindset creates a sense of time dragging by, as though each moment is merely something to endure until we finally receive what we are longing for. Waiting, however, is an illusion because time, as we experience it, is simply the unfolding of our inner beliefs and feelings. The sensation of waiting reinforces the idea that our desires exist only in some elusive future and that we are separate from them. This separation keeps us stuck in a pattern of longing and impatience, as if happiness, fulfillment, or success lies beyond our present experience. But in truth, when we are continually waiting, we signal to ourselves and to the universe that we lack what we desire, and this very feeling of lack becomes our reality. When we stop waiting, we open ourselves up to a new way of being, one that acknowledges that our desires are already available to us, internally, in the present. By shifting our focus to the feeling of already having what we want, we step out of the waiting mindset and into a state of fulfillment. This does not mean forcing ourselves to feel something we don't or pretending to be satisfied when we're not. Rather, it's about realizing that we can connect to the emotions of joy, peace, and satisfaction right here and now, instead of deferring them to a future that may always feel out of reach. Freeing ourselves from the illusion of waiting also helps us to live fully in each moment. It removes the emphasis from a distant outcome and places it back on our present experience, when we no longer feel we are waiting. For our goals, we stop measuring time as a barrier and begin to view it as an ally. Each moment becomes a piece of the unfolding journey, something to be appreciated rather than endured. This shift transforms time from an obstacle to a friend, allowing us to experience a sense of completeness and joy in the here and now, even as we move toward our goals. When we recognize that waiting is an illusion, we start to embody the reality we desire instead of merely hoping for it. Our thoughts, actions, and attitudes naturally align with this fulfilled state, drawing in experiences that match it. The illusion of waiting falls away, revealing that the distance we felt was never real. Our dreams are not out there, or someday they are already within us, waiting to be embraced fully. In choosing to live as though we already have what we desire, we release the grip of time and invite our goals to manifest naturally without struggle or delay. By letting go of waiting, we free ourselves to experience life in its fullness, aligning our present with the reality we wish to create. Releasing desperation is one of the most transformative steps in allowing our desires to manifest. Desperation creates a powerful sense of lack, an urgent feeling that what we want is out of reach and that we somehow need to fight or struggle to attain it. When we're desperate, we unconsciously affirm that our happiness or fulfillment depends entirely on obtaining this particular outcome, and in doing so, we place ourselves in a state of dependency and limitation. This creates tension, often leading us to act out of fear and impatience, which can push what we want even further away. Desperation causes us to cling to our desires, holding on to them so tightly that we create resistance. We may overthink, overanalyze, and even try to force things to happen, believing that if we just try harder or do more, we can speed up the process. But this mindset creates an energetic barrier, as we're operating from a place of doubt and disbelief rather than calm assurance. Desperation clouds our clarity, making us overly focused on the outcome rather than on embodying the feelings and energy that would naturally attract it. When we release this sense of desperation, we free ourselves from the trap of urgency and allow our desires to flow into our lives effortlessly. Letting go of desperation means trusting that what we desire is already in motion, that there is no need to force or push. It's a shift from feeling that we must have this specific thing in order to be happy to knowing that our happiness is already within our control, independent of any outcome. This creates a state of emotional freedom, where we no longer depend on external conditions for our sense of peace or fulfillment. Instead, we cultivate a feeling of calm expectation, trusting that our desires are on their way and that everything is unfolding as it should. When we release desperation, we are also signaling to ourselves and the universe that we believe in the reality of our desires. We're no longer constantly checking or worrying about when or how they will appear. This quiet confidence creates an open, receptive state that attracts what we want more easily, as we're no longer putting up walls of anxiety or neediness. By letting go of desperation, we create a state of inner abundance, a feeling of already being fulfilled. This feeling not only aligns us with our desires, but also attracts circumstances that support and affirm our inner state of wholeness. Releasing desperation allows us to focus on the present moment. Instead of fixating on a future outcome, we become free to enjoy each moment for what it is. We stop waiting for our happiness to arrive at some external achievement and start to cultivate it within. This shift in focus helps us experience life more fully, giving us a sense of calm and confidence. We no longer chase after things with a sense of urgency, but invite them into our lives naturally, trusting that what is meant for us will find its way to us. In letting go of desperation, we reclaim our power, recognizing that our worth and joy are not dependent on any external circumstance. We create an open space where our desires can unfold in their own time and way, free from the pressures of urgency and control. This openness becomes magnetic, drawing our desires to us effortlessly, without the strain of desperation holding us back. By releasing desperation, we move from a mindset of lack to one of trust, allowing us to experience a profound sense of peace and fulfillment, no matter what stage of the journey we are on. The magnetic force of faith is a powerful, unseen energy that shapes our reality and draws our desires closer to us. Faith is more than just hope, it is a deep-rooted belief that what we desire is not only possible, but already on its way. When we cultivate true faith, we align ourselves with a sense of certainty and trust that transcends doubt or fear. This unwavering belief becomes magnetic, attracting opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with the reality we envision. Faith transforms our inner world, and in doing so, it influences the outer world to reflect the fulfillment of our desires. Faith works as a magnetic force, because it creates a strong inner alignment with our goals. When we have faith, we stop questioning if our desires will manifest and start living as though they are already real. This confident mindset eliminates resistance, allowing us to act from a place of calm assurance rather than desperation or impatience. When we believe deeply in something, our thoughts, emotions, and actions all harmonize around that belief. This harmony creates a powerful field of attraction, where the energy we project is fully aligned with our desired outcome, making it easier for that outcome to flow into our lives. Faith also provides resilience and stability, especially when faced with setbacks or delays. Without faith, we can easily become discouraged, losing sight of our goals at the first sign of difficulty. But when we truly believe in the reality of our desires, we remain steady and unshaken, even when circumstances seem contrary. This steadiness is magnetic because it shows that we trust in a higher process at work, one that is beyond the temporary setbacks of the physical world. By maintaining faith, we are able to keep our energy positive and aligned, which only strengthens our ability to attract the things we desire. Having faith allows us to move beyond the limitations of logic and reason into a space where possibilities are endless. Faith doesn't depend on physical evidence or visible proof, it exists in the realm of the unseen, where everything begins. This unwavering belief in the unseen brings us closer to our goals because it allows us to remain open to paths we might not have considered. When we operate from a place of faith, we no longer limit ourselves to a narrow range of options. We trust that the right people, opportunities, and circumstances will appear, even if we cannot yet see how. This openness, grounded in faith, allows life to surprise us with solutions and outcomes that are often better than we initially imagined. Faith also has a transformative effect on our emotional state. When we believe in the reality of our desires, we begin to feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude that would accompany their fulfillment. These emotions raise our vibration and deepen the magnetic pull of our intentions. Rather than waiting for the world to deliver these feelings, we generate them within, creating a powerful attraction point. This internal experience of fulfillment then mirrors itself externally, as the world aligns with the high frequency energy we are emitting. Faith helps us move out of a mindset of scarcity and into one of abundance. When we have faith, we don't feel the need to cling to our desires or chase them frantically. Instead, we trust that what is meant for us will come in its own time. This sense of inner abundance is highly magnetic because it signals to the universe that we are ready and open to receive, without the pressure of need or desperation. By standing in a place of faith, we radiate confidence, peace, and a sense of inner security that naturally draws in the things we desire. Ultimately, the magnetic force of faith is a powerful tool for transforming our reality. It shifts our inner landscape to one of trust and certainty, which then shapes the world around us. Through faith, we step into a state of allowing, where we no longer struggle or strive, but simply open ourselves to the flow of life. This force becomes a guiding light, leading us toward the fulfillment of our dreams with grace and ease, as we allow our deepest beliefs to shape the reality we experience. Aligning with the feeling of gratitude is a transformative practice that can significantly enhance our ability to manifest our desires. Gratitude is not merely an expression of thanks, it is a powerful emotional state that elevates our vibrational frequency and opens us up to receiving more of what we truly want. When we consciously cultivate feelings of gratitude, we shift our focus from what is lacking in our lives to an appreciation of what we already have. This change in perspective creates a positive resonance that aligns us with abundance and attracts further blessings into our lives. To align with the feeling of gratitude, we begin by recognizing the many aspects of our lives that we can appreciate. This can include relationships, experiences, achievements, or even small moments of joy that often go unnoticed. By intentionally focusing on these positive elements, we create a mental and emotional environment that fosters appreciation. This practice shifts our energy from a mindset of scarcity, where we focus on what we lack, to one of abundance, where we acknowledge the richness that already exists in our lives. The more we engage with gratitude, the more we train our minds to seek out and recognize the good around us. When we embody the feeling of gratitude, we naturally elevate our emotional state. Gratitude has a unique ability to uplift and transform our mood, allowing us to experience joy and contentment. This positive emotional state is magnetic. It attracts similar vibrations and opens the door for more positive experiences to flow into our lives. When we are grateful, we become like a magnet for abundance, drawing in opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that resonate with that high-frequency emotion. In this way, gratitude becomes a catalyst for attracting our desires. Aligning with gratitude also enhances our resilience in the face of challenges. Life is filled with ups and downs, but when we cultivate a consistent practice of gratitude, we create a buffer against negativity. Gratitude reminds us that even in difficult times, there are still reasons to appreciate life. This perspective helps us maintain a sense of hope and positivity, making it easier to navigate obstacles. By focusing on what we can be grateful for, we empower ourselves to overcome difficulties, knowing that every experience contributes to our growth and learning. Another vital aspect of aligning with gratitude is its ability to deepen our connections with others. When we express gratitude, whether through words, gestures, or actions, we strengthen our relationships and create a sense of community. This connection enhances our emotional well-being and fosters a supportive environment where love and kindness thrive. Gratitude serves as a bridge between individuals, encouraging the flow of positive energy and mutual appreciation. By acknowledging the contributions of others, We create an atmosphere of collaboration and support that amplifies our collective ability to manifest desires. Incorporating gratitude into our daily routine can be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal where we regularly note the things we appreciate. This practice not only helps to reinforce positive feelings but also allows us to reflect on our growth and progress over time. By revisiting these entries, we can reignite the feelings of gratitude and abundance, reinforcing our alignment with these powerful emotions. Additionally, integrating moments of gratitude into our daily lives, such as taking a few moments each day to express thanks, whether silently or aloud, can enhance our overall emotional landscape. Furthermore, aligning with the feeling of gratitude prepares us to receive our desires more openly. When we operate from a place of appreciation, we become less attached to specific outcomes and more open to the possibilities that life has to offer. This openness allows the universe to surprise us with gifts that may be even greater than what we initially sought. By trusting in the process and remaining grateful for what we already have, we cultivate a sense of readiness to welcome new experiences without hesitation. Ultimately, aligning with the feeling of gratitude is a powerful way to transform our lives and manifest our desires. By shifting our focus from lack to abundance, we elevate our emotional state and create a magnetic field that attracts positivity. Gratitude not only enhances our relationships and resilience, but also prepares us to receive the blessings that life has in store for us. In this state of appreciation, we find the power to create a fulfilling life, rich with meaning, joy, and abundance. Acting as if it is already yours is a profound practice that can significantly shift your reality and accelerate the manifestation of your desires. This approach involves embodying the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors of someone who has already achieved their goals. By adopting this mindset, you align your inner world with the external reality you wish to create. This alignment is crucial because it helps to bridge the gap between your current situation and the life you envision. It is a way of signaling to yourself and the universe that you not only desire something but also truly believe it is yours. When you act as if what you want is already yours, you begin to embody the confidence and certainty that accompany having achieved your goals. This shift in demeanor is not just about superficial behaviors, it goes deeper, affecting your emotional state and the way you interact with the world. For instance, if you desire financial abundance, you start to manage your money as if you already possess wealth. This might mean making decisions with confidence, treating yourself and others with generosity, or investing in opportunities that reflect your desired financial state. By doing so, you create a vibrational match to your goal, making it easier for it to materialize in your life. This practice also helps to cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When you act as if something is already yours, you release the tension and anxiety often associated with longing and desire. Instead of feeling like you are missing something, you create a sense of completion and fulfillment within yourself. This emotional state is incredibly magnetic. It attracts circumstances, opportunities, and people that resonate with that feeling of abundance. Acting as if fosters an internal environment where positivity and possibility thrive, allowing you to naturally draw in what you seek. Moreover, embodying the state of having your desires fosters a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what you already possess. When you act as if, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you can celebrate. This practice reinforces your belief in the reality of your goals, making it easier to maintain a positive mindset even when faced with challenges. Gratitude amplifies the energy of your intentions, creating a feedback loop where appreciation for what you already have attracts even more reasons to be thankful. In addition, acting as if encourages you to take inspired action. When you fully embrace the feeling of having what you desire, you become more attuned to the opportunities that arise around you. You start to recognize pathways that align with your goals and are more likely to seize them. This proactive approach is essential because manifestation is not solely about thinking or feeling, it is also about taking tangible steps that reflect your intentions. By acting as if, you become an active participant in your creation process, moving beyond passive wishing to dynamic doing. The psychological benefits of this practice cannot be understated. By acting as if, you rewire your brain to recognize and affirm your worthiness of success, love, and abundance. This helps to dissolve limiting beliefs that may have previously held you back. As you engage with this new identity, your self-perception begins to shift, fostering a deeper sense of confidence and resilience. You become less susceptible to doubt and fear, instead embracing a mindset that supports your growth and success. This principle also plays a crucial role in manifesting specific desires. For instance, if you aim to become a successful entrepreneur, acting as if you are already running a thriving business can significantly impact your trajectory. You may start networking with confidence, investing in resources that elevate your skills, or creating a workspace that reflects your entrepreneurial spirit. These actions signal to the universe that you are ready to step into your new identity, making it easier for your reality to shift accordingly. In essence, acting as if it is already yours is a powerful manifestation technique that aligns your inner beliefs with your desired external reality. By embodying the feelings and behaviors of someone who has achieved their goals, you create a magnetic pull that draws those desires closer. This practice not only fosters a sense of fulfillment and gratitude, but also inspires proactive steps toward your aspirations. Ultimately, it empowers you to live from a place of abundance and possibility, transforming your mindset and your life in profound ways. In conclusion, the journey of manifestation is not about relentless pursuit or desperate clinging to our desires. It is about cultivating a mindset of trust, alignment, and openness. When we release the urge to chase after what we want and instead embrace the idea of letting it come to us, we empower ourselves to live in a state of abundance. By aligning our thoughts and feelings with gratitude, faith, and the reality we wish to create, we transform our energy into a magnetic force that naturally attracts our desires. Remember, every moment spent in desperation is a moment taken away from experiencing the joy and fulfillment that is already within us. Letting go of the chase allows us to find peace in the present and to cultivate a deep sense of knowing that what we seek is on its way. Embrace the power of acting as if, live in the feeling of gratitude, and trust in the unfolding of your journey. By doing so, you open the door to infinite possibilities and let the universe work its magic. So take a deep breath, release the need to chase, and allow life to bring forth the blessings that are rightfully yours. Let it come to you, and watch as your dreams materialize effortlessly before your eyes.